I'm Chef Joel, and today we're going to talk about Christmas and the food that we eat during Christmas. What is fun to wake up on Christmas morning and you have the aromas of fresh bakery all around your house. I mean, there's nothing like it. So today we're going to talk about savory bakery items that we love to eat during Christmas. Me and my family just adore bakery stuff. Today I'm going to do a quick chicken pot pie, and if you want to know more, stay tuned. So, to do the chicken pot pie, the ingredients we have for 2 people are, I have about 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, salt to taste. Now this is something very special to me because what I'm doing today is, generally a pot pie is made something which is white, which is made out of bechamel sauce, which is white, creamy, floury, buttery. But I'm going to do a little twist to it. I made my own red masala, half a cup of onions, about half a kilo of puff pastry, 2 medium-sized carrots, 2 tablespoons butter, 1 egg for the egg wash, 2 tablespoons all-purpose flour, 1 whole chicken leg. We have about 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of rosemary and 1 teaspoon of thyme, 2 cups of chicken broth and 200 grams of button mushrooms. So let's begin our preparation. To begin making our chicken pot pie, we are going to first take our pan. Okay, I'm using a stainless steel pan, which means it takes longer to heat. So while this is heating, I will add my butter after it has heated properly. So adding my butter. Once the butter is melted, I'll add in my onions and mushrooms and saute it for about a couple of minutes. Beautiful smell of butter and onions. And then we will add our mushrooms. Okay, so while this is sauteing, I need to add my seasonings now, like my salt and lemon juice. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm just putting about a big pinch of salt. Now salt is there just to remove the excess water in the, and then I'll add in about a tablespoon of lemon juice. Yep. So the water and the mushrooms have evaporated, so it's time for me to add the carrots. Alright, so these are 2 medium-sized carrots cut into, it has to be proportionately cut so that it cooks evenly. Alright, so what we're trying to do out here is, I've kept the flame on a medium-low. I just want the carrots to be soft, not cooked completely. They need to be a la dente. So you would see it eventually that they've become nice and soft from outside, but they're still dente from inside. So once that happens, I will put all my herbs, my masala, and then I'll shred my chicken while that cooks away, and we can get our puff pastry ready after that. Okay, so we're going to add our cumin, rosemary and thyme, about a teaspoon each. Right, just mix that all together, and once that mixes for about 30 seconds, then add in the red masala. Okay, now we can add our red masala. Okay, so I put in my red masala, and now just give it one good shake. Let it simmer for about a couple of minutes while I shred the chicken. There we go. It's coming together so well. The aromas are just brilliant. And as typical as a chicken pot pie is white in color, we are going to make ours in red to just give it that, you know, that the way we Indians love it, spicy and hot. Okay. Now, so I've shredded my chicken to this piece, a bite-sized piece. Okay, so now that we have completed shredding our chicken, what I'll do is I'll leave this rest to make stock next time. There we go. So just let me wash my hands, and when I come back, we will drop the chicken into our sauce, put a little of the all-purpose flour, season it, and let it cool down while we do the puff pastry. Okay, so before we throw in our chicken, I'm just going to put this into the chiller for about 5 minutes, because after all this is made out of butter, and before I roll it I want it to be a little more stiffer. So I'll just put it inside, and oh my god, I have green peas. Now you could add the frozen green peas, you know, at the start or at the end. It's just to make a nice variation. So I'll just add this into the sauce. And now the chicken, and give it a good stir, or rather what I would call is fold everything in together, and then we will season them with all the lime juice and the salt. It's looking so beautiful, this dish. Now that's about 2 tablespoons of lemon, a big pinch of salt, and this is your 2 tablespoons of maida. Okay, so we just added all the ingredients, the lime juice, the salt, the all-purpose flour, the maida. Now, as you know, I started off with the butter and ending it with the maida because I want to make a roux. Primarily to make a bechamel sauce, you need maida and butter. It gives you the nice thickish kind of feel to the meal, because after all this is a pastry. The pastry is crisp, flaky, buttery, so you need something which is smooth and velvety as a sauce, which is why we're adding the maida. Now after the maida, depending on the consistency of the dish, you can add in your chicken stock tablespoon at a time. It only depends. In case you want to make it a little bit more runnier, you can add a little bit more chicken stock, or if you like it thick, like I do, I like it medium thick, I'll add about a tablespoon or 2. So I just want to make this a little bit more runnier. So a tablespoon of chicken stock at a time. Okay, so we are done. All I have to do is just switch it off, let it cool down, and let's go ahead and do our puff pastry. Come on. You always ensure that you have a lot of maida. So it's very important that you keep on dusting your flour. So this is my first puff pastry. And okay, so we just measure out our pastry, keeping 1 inch gap in all 4 sides. So we're generally cutting this to about 1 inch from the pastry, so that, let me show you. Okay, so this is our puff pastry. All seems so easy. Now I put this on top and I'll just send it to the chiller to just chill for some time. So our ramekins are in the chiller. It's been there for a couple of minutes. I think it's time to take it out right now. So let me go and grab it out. Beautiful. So nice and doughy. That's exactly what we're looking for. I'll go and fill this mixture. Before I do that, I'll just have to get my egg wash ready, and so that's going to happen. So come on, let's start and get our pot pies assembled. Okay, so we just fill up our ramekins here with, yeah, that should do it. Now I'll just get my egg wash ready. Okay, so this is basically just egg washed around the rims and a little bit on the inside. You give that a good egg wash. Push it on top. Now, when you're pushing it top, don't press it down this way. Just press it down with your palms down, and just with your 4 fingers give that curd on top. There we go. Now if you want a glossy finish, you will put a little bit egg wash on the top, and so that it steams well, just make a hole over there. Now in a preheated oven at 220 degrees, you will put this pot pies inside, and after 20 to 25 minutes, or when an internal temperature reaches about 75 degrees Celsius, you can remove your pot pies and keep it to cool, and it's ready to serve. And our chicken pot pies are just come out of the oven. They are hot, steaming, and the aromas are magical. A must-try recipe if you are having guests over, or you want to, entice your family into eating something which is yummy-licious. Chicken pot pie, a must-try recipe this Christmas. And guys, subscribe to India Food Network. There's a tab. What you're waiting for? Share this with your friends and families. If you have any more comments and views, send it across. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
We've got loads more for you, so subscribe to this channel and ping us at food@pingnetwork.in to tell us what you would like to see here.